It might not be him, because now that I'm looking, the face is all blacked out, but... Does that count as blackface?
My God.
I want to comment with that, but yeah.
It's so
I vow to never comment on anyone's posts ever again.
They sent me a fancy pen through 4 Imprint. Is it 4 Imprint? Oh, the National Pen Company.
Oh boy.
Promote your business with this best-selling promotional gift. It's a pen.
But wait, there's more.
I know, right? I'll keep the pen, but I'm not going to buy anything.
I bought this commercial for some female razor.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's called FA6, but it looks like it says fag.
They do that, like, cursive 6 on the end.
Yeah, it looks like it says fag. I look up and I see this pink razor and it says fag. I'm like, oh, wow. Okay.
I was just sitting here because I seen that the other day. They have the other one where they have the women trimming the bushes in the heart.
I love that one, actually. That's a great commercial.
When I first seen that, I was like, what the fuck is this? It's like middle of the day. You're supposed to be watching, Days of Our Lives and shit. Not like...
One girl's got a whole fucking hedgerow.
Right. One looks like fucking California wildfires went through.
A little burnt stick. Smoldering.
Please remember, the views and opinions expressed by this show or any other show on DV Radio and its guests are strictly those of said individuals and do not reflect those of the DV Radio staff, nor the staff of dysfunctional veterans.
Let's get it started in here. Get this party started on a Saturday night. I'm on the highway to hell all night long. Because I got friends in low places where they play that funky music, white boy. And I don't want to miss a thing. I'm alive, yeah.
Online and on the go on your mobile device.
Listeners' discretion is advised.
This is Barracks Talk. It's DV Radio.
Google broke the toilet.
But I think I just broke my desk.
Tonight, Google is planning on taking over the world.
You can dip Brussels sprouts in chocolate to make them look like cake pops.
$15 is a little steep for a bag of dicks. It should be like $14.99.
I'm pretty easy to please.
Not even want to touch it as much as I want to.
Are you sure?
And we just went there.
Boom, 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 boom.
Because this is how it is on DV Radio. Oh. Yeah, you listen to the podcast there, young man.
You're tuned in to WDVR on DVRadio.net or by searching DV Radio on your TuneIn app on your favorite mobile device.
Because this is how it is on DV Radio.
That is how it is right here on Barracks Talk Live. This is DVRadio.net, WDVR. It is June the 1st, 2019. I'm Boner Wood. We got DV6. Google, Recoil, and Oink. How's everybody doing this evening? You got to unmute there, 6.
Fantastic.
Whenever he finds it, he'll unmute, guys. He couldn't find it to mute, so. I guess I'll try to unmute him.
I was going to say.
I can't because he muted himself, so.
Although I think I heard him walk away.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Can you hear me now?
We can.
She told me to walk this way.
So what's going on, DV6?
You know, you always talk about we should record the pre-show or, I'll tell you, there was one for the books. One for the books, people. I'm like,
it's not a bill that I need to pay, so I'm not worried about it.
I'm sitting here.
It's not stapled to anything.
I sat here for the last 20 minutes writing notes out, at least the bullet topics that I got to, talking points. And then one talking point I expanded on a whole piece of paper, handwritten notes and with names and dates and everything else. And then the crippled hand went for the cup of coffee, didn't properly cripply grip it, and I cripply spilled it all over my fucking iPad, notes, thumb drives, coffee ashes. Luckily, the dog had just moved down below. So no notes, but I did get a few rewritten down. Riri.
So this is DV Radio, the Night of Cripples.
When cripples attack. So, what a week. It's good. I don't think I was home last Saturday. I was on did I even make it into the show last week?
No.
No, I was on for a minute. Yeah. That was the night before the event. I was still awake, I think.
I said no.
I wasn't there. Okay. Well, I'm back, people. I'm back at the farm office.
That was the night when you couldn't find your shorts that you were wearing.
So I was there. Thank you, Google.
God damn it, Google.
I was just starting to, that's right. And then you put it on the air because as soon as I sent you that text, I went, motherfucker, watch this go on Facebook or no, she'll probably fucking talk about it on the air. So I went and booted up the iPad and downloaded the app and see how easy that is. Even this crippled guy can do it.
Well, DV6.
And right when it hit, it turned on, I could hear Google, just got a text from 6.
Well, DV6, you can't say that Google's not ever there for you. She just backed you up on Barracks talk, so go fuck yourself.
I filed that away. So.
But anyway.
You did good today. I mean, I still minor bone to pick, but she's, just a little. I mean, you got to respect your elderly people. You can't be, you have to, when you do these events, you have to take into consideration, the difficulty and stuff. So we have this thing we've been doing for the last couple of years here at the farm, and we've been incorporating the dogs, both dogs, on these. They have a whole bunch of hiking trails up these mountains all over lower southern New Hampshire, and we've been hitting them. And I haven't lately been going, but Google has been taking the guys that are in charge of training the dog. So I would join them. The trail, I was told, was easy. And it was not easy at the beginning. The first hour up the mountain, bald mountain, my ass. But I'm proud. We made it up. The dogs made it. The bird went along too. The parrot.
She got her exercising, flying from me to him.
Google hung in there, didn't bitch or nothing. And of course, I was in the rear with the gear, and even though I wasn't carrying any gear, but I was in the rear pulling it up, and Google was leading the way. And then we let one of the residents take point. Next thing you know, I'm like, where the fuck are we going? He's got a. I thought I was following the trail. That's it. What's your MOS? I'm a truck driver. Nope. All right. Anybody else here? We were all Army, but there was only 111 Bravo. So I took the crippled guy took point, and here we go. So, anyhow, taught him all about
We made it to the top and back to the bottom.
Yep. We had multiple rally points, and we set up an ORP on top of the summit, and then we came back down. But a good day for the vets and all that. So. What else is going on before I'll let you guys to talk, get your shit out of your system and then tell me when.
I'm just trying to tell you.
This is your time. This is your time.
All right, everybody. Look, first and foremost, this past weekend, I was out of state down in northern Virginia. Virginia. I was at Jimmy's Old Town Tavern. They have this annual event for Memorial Day where they do a bike ride, go pay respects to the fallen, and they're part of that Rolling Thunder. And this year's Rolling Thunder, remember, was supposed to be the last. And it doesn't sound like that's going to happen. President Trump said that, do you guys want to make this continue this tradition. They were all like, yes. And he says, we're going to find a way to make it happen. So that's a positive. But I want to thank Jimmy's Old Town Tavern, but especially the Reckoning Motorcycle Club, the Potomac chapter of Northern Virginia, especially Mule. A special shout out to Mule and Scavenger of the Potomac chapter, Reckoning Motorcycle Club, for having Jimmy sponsor the DV Farm at their day-long event. It's their 22nd annual bike and bash run. There were concerts. There was concerts that started at noon outside that ran until 2, 3 in the morning. And then there was a band inside too playing. So there was a band outside, band inside at his tavern playing until late into the night. They had vendors, food, all kinds of great people. I cannot thank them enough. The staff were great. The motorcycle club were awesome. I was there all day. I didn't make it into the wee hours. No, I didn't. I made it till 6 at night. So, but they raised $2,000. I've been told, and they're going to be, sending that soon. They actually, with all the donations and vending sales, the proceeds that came off for the farm, it came to just shy of $2,000. So the owner ponied up and made it an even $2,000. So I cannot thank them enough for sponsoring the DV Farm this year. It was an awesome time down there, and I can't thank them enough. So, how'd I do? Did I?
That was good. Else? That was good.
All right. I'm going to be doing a live video on the pages, especially the farm, to properly thank them. I'll rewrite all this shit and won't use any profanity or anything like that. So, and I'll be fully rested. I don't know if you guys know this, but this past on the 22nd, it's something that you all have been asking for, and even some of the mods. I know Recoil's been bothering me about it. He just, we need a closed group. We don't have enough to do. We should start a closed group. So, well, let me tell you, we started the DV closed group. The page is not one of the things I heard on the pages is they keep asking, is this going to go away? No, it's not. It's almost at 2 million followers, even with all that Facebook does to lock us down with our reach. But it's just because of this, with the way Facebook's going. The little birdie told me, I think I talked about this last week. I'll expand again. But the groups have a little bit more leeway. And so I've chosen to go that way. And it's a closed group. We just cracked 5,000 members today. With that being said, we can no longer change the group to a secret or to an open group, which I never intended to, but that is now locked out. We're going to remain a closed group. You have to apply to get in, and it's just for active duty, former military of any branch, any era, any MOS, and foreign allies are welcome. Holy crap. Do we have a lot of followers in Canada, a lot in the Australian, a lot in the Netherlands, the Danes, the Polacks, Germans, South Africa, the IDF. It Czechs, Slovakians or whatever. Every time I say that, I think of Bill Murray. It's a piece of cake. We go in, we go out. It's Czechoslovakia. Come on. Oh, I guess I'm not funny. Boy, I need a laugh track just to keep me going. What the fuck? Google's doing bills. Bo is probably doing internet stuff.
Yes.
So the closed group. Look, seriously though, and Rico, you can bounce off of me with this too and put your 2 cents in. But I don't know what it is, but maybe there's this impression. We've had this I've seen this in the past when we first started bringing on a whole bunch of other people to run different things. Even, I'm not going to mention any names. Well, what I think DV stands for and what some of these motherfuckers think it stands for they're on 2 different wavelengths. First and foremost, whether you call yourself a DB or not, we are veterans. And I truly believe we should be held to a higher standard, and I will hold you to a higher standard. I hold myself to a higher standard. Okay. I've been harping on this mantra that, there's a difference between being a dick versus being an asshole. Don't be a dick on the fucking in the group or on the page. Assholes are okay. There's a big, big difference. And if you don't know that difference, then you're a dick.
Exactly.
All right.
There's a difference between shooting somebody straight and just blatantly fucking trying to cause issues.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've already had it in the last 24 hours. So the way the group works is, you approve people. I have 2 standard questions, and a lot of people I've got over 1,400 people in the box waiting to join. Unfortunately, the failure to follow simple fucking instructions, on some of these people is beyond amazement. There are 2 questions. You have to answer both. What is it? Right? They change sometimes. Right now, for the last 5 days, the bottom question's always been the same. Active duty, former military. If yes, what branch and country did you serve in? Well, they'll answer the branch, but they'll leave the insult one blank. So after about 5 days, they finally answer it, and then they get in, but until then, no. I'm amazed that even though I've articulated it as clearly as I can, that it is strictly for the military people, no spouses, no friends, whatever, that I have one, put under military service. I'm so fast with that approve button. I'm trying to slow down, but I see Iraq, combat vet, Iraq, Afghanistan, blah, 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 from the years, spouse. And I'm like, whoa, backed off the button. I'm like, are you fucking shitting me?
Oh, hey, boys, I've been servicing the military for 20 years.
But going back to the dick thing and asshole, I've done, if you're already a member of the closed group, you need to watch the videos. If you really want to know how I'm applying the rules to the page and how it's going to operate, you need to watch the videos. I know I'm trying to keep them as short as possible, but if you know me with my fucked up head, I'm doing the best I can to explain all this and try to put the scope of what we're trying to do and what's allowed, what's not allowed. But one of the things I really hate, and Rico, you've known me for years, I hate censorship. I do. I don't believe, anything, we have our rules, blatant racism, no promoting, what do you say about the suicide?
Encouraging suicide.
Yeah. Telling somebody, to off themselves, or if somebody, especially if somebody is reaching out for help, that's automatic, man. But in a way, so I've been addressing that. And I says, we also have to abide by Facebook's freedom of speech rules, which are really, really bad. I mean, I cannot share content from certain websites unless I'm publicly denouncing them. Even on the videos, I'm cautious about, you can't use certain buzzwords. And they're like, what buzzwords? I'm like, well, if I fucking use them, we're going to get banned. If you say, this is the radio, so I can say it. On Facebook, when you're writing out posts, if you use the word cum, haji, transgender, that your thing, you're either automatically banned or your post is flagged and the human will take over and then ban you. You don't really need humans anymore to report shit. You're just, the snitches out there just doing extra help for Facebook. But their algorithms are really good at scanning photos now, reading the text, and automatically banning you. So I'm not going to allow it. So the rules, Facebook's rules will have to be applied there. So sending me porn and shit like that is just asking for trouble from Facebook. Now, 90% of the fucking inbox is jammed with fucking all sex shit. So I've got 1,000 posts, over 1,000 posts from members like wanting to approve. I've made it to where you have to approve a post before it goes up. God, if I hadn't have done that, we'd be gone. So I'm trying to explain that. Well, that wasn't the problem the last 24 hours. It was different vets being a shitbag, a dick on posts. You know, I hope somebody fucking shoots you in the face because I don't like your post. Like, what the fuck? So I made a video about it explaining, look, your freedom of speech does not entitle you to incite violence or threaten somebody. I'm sorry. That's how it works. Freedom of speech. I don't think you understand that's not what it's about. You know, freedom of speech, like, is you say whatever you want. Like, well, let's go with politics. You believe in one thing, I believe in another. But because I own the page, group, whatever, what most people do is, if you don't think like me, you're banned. That's censorship. You know, I don't want to be surrounded by people like that. But being a dick, yeah. Now, in the end, I would rather not even have to address this. I would rather the page, like it used to in the old days, I'd rather the group censor or police itself. I mean, one guy out of fucking over 5,000 people being a dick, jam him up. Shame him. But, I mean, we're vets. I mean, you wouldn't say that to his face. So if you're going to do it, buy a plane ticket, go knock on his door. Then you find out he's got no fucking legs or he's fucking 70 years old. What are you going to do that? The guy pulls out a gun and shoots you.
Blam.
Anyhow, so it takes away. My point is the closed group is great. I want to use it to, closer family. I actually feel more comfortable doing these videos in the closed group than I do on the main page. I don't know. It's a psychological thing, but I actually think I'm doing them better and I'm more coherent because it feels like I'm talking to family, you know? So I'm doing the best I can. You know, the farm takes up 100% of my time, but check it out. The DV closed group. Make sure you answer both questions. The gun contest has closed. I closed last night, about 2 or 3 in the morning, midnight West Coast time. So the winners will be announced next week sometime. Believe me, I'll announce it on DV Radio, but before then, it'll be on the pages and stuff, and pinned to the top of the page. Like I said, my money's on somebody bought a shirt and didn't even know they were entering in a contest, and they won.
Oh my
Right.
God, I won a gun for buying a shirt.
Yeah. Now, there's something else, and I'm also in favor of, and I know a lot of you guys are too. Anything that helps a vet, when you say illegal, within reason. But a lot of vets out there self-medicate. Why? Because they don't want to take, before pot was as legal as it is now. Before that, it was illegal, but it provided a lot of relief for a lot of vets with PTSD, sleeplessness, pain management issues, etc. And then they found out how to extract that the CBD out of the plant. Is that about right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of these CBD companies have been popping up, and it's legal. I know though, I've got to verify this. If you work federal law enforcement, you'll still, or if for the feds, you'll still pop if you got a federal job. I don't know whether you can still use it or not, but it doesn't get you high and all that. And there's been a lot of evidence shows it works. And there's a few out there say it don't, but it's expensive. And the staff at the DV office, not the farm, have been researching different American manufacturers for the best quality, for the best price, CBD products. So veterancbd.com has partnered up with us, and they're offering high quality and affordable CBD for veterans, from oils, gummies, lotions, and creams and capsules. All veteran CBD products are grown and made in the USA. Like I said, there's been many uses for it, from PTSD, pain, stress, anxiety, sleep, etc. But I'm not going to get into that. What I want to tell you is, check them out, veterancbd.com. If you use promo code veteran15, you can save 15% off. Also, they're going to be donating 10% of their sales, their proceeds, to the DV farm to help support our mission with homeless vets. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I'll talk about that more later. So the Memorial Day DV closed group CBD gun contest, and it's 9:23. Not bad. How much time is left?
None.
I did good.
You did good.
Thank you, sir.
No, thank you.
Say that again like that.
No, not happening.
I was touching myself that time.
Well, you had a chance yesterday when you were looking at my chest, but
you're a weirdo. You are,
Mister. I always look at your breasts.
I don't. Damn it! We just cleaned this desk, and already I missed the tray.
So yeah, you were talking about the pre-show earlier, how we record the pre-show and all. Speaking of that, I did promise in one of the tiers on Patreon that we have an extra 30-minute podcast for that tier and higher. So a lot of the pre-shows may or may not be in that 30 minutes if you're a Patreon member on that tier. So,
oh dear God.
Yeah. No, seriously. It is hard for us to all schedule and get together and get 30 minutes extra a month for you guys. So that's one of the ways we're going to give you 30 extra minutes. You all want to know what we talk about in the pre-show and how stupid it is? You're going to get to hear it a lot of times. It's going to be 30 extra minutes each month for the which tier is that, Oink? Is it the $25 tier? Or the
I believe tier? So. I'd have to go back in here and look myself.
Yeah, so it's one of those tiers, 10 or 25 and up tiers. Why is it so much? Because I have to do extra fucking editing, okay? I have to compile all this shit, and you guys don't understand how long it actually takes to do that. So that's why it's on the more expensive tier. Hopefully, as this progresses and we get more Patreon members, we can bring you other forms of tier rewards, i.e., merchandise for the DV radio and stuff like that, which I'm in the talks with somebody as we're speaking now. And why does Bo sound like he has a list? Because, well, I got the rest of my teeth pulled Wednesday, and that's why I didn't check emails this week. And so, yeah, I literally have no teeth, and he split my gum. Well, he didn't. My tooth split my gum, so I can't wear my teeth right now. So that's wonderful. And it sucks, because I still can't eat food.
Lots of mashed potatoes and oatmeal.
Fuck you.
Speaking of oatmeal, I'm going and improving these things. I'm looking at their their answers to their questions, but especially the one about the military. And I clicked too fast, but for military, the guy put, I like oatmeal, and he got in.
Wow.
Good job.
So, Bo, while you're kind of on the subject, can you explain what Patreon is and how that works?
Yes, Rico, I can. Thank you for taking us back on track.
Whatever.
So, Patreon is a tier reward system where you give money from $1 up and you get rewards from DV Radio. Where that money goes is right back into DV Radio first and foremost. Nowhere else but DV Radio. If it goes somewhere else, we will let you know. That being said, if you get on a tier that has, for example, I believe it's called, something about darkness. It's the Battlegrounds coffee. You get 15% off from the 5-pound bag of Battlegrounds coffee through Patreon, and you get that each month. So, if you want to give to DV Radio, but you want to get a little bit more out of it, go to patreon.com/DV Radio and choose whichever tier that you're able to afford, and you get your rewards starting the month following. You don't get them that month because your payment hasn't cleared. But that's how it works. Does that make sense?
Special shout out to DV Midnight Frosty. She's listening to Barracks talk, I would assume, because she just answered one of the questions in the
Midnight
group.
Frosty is a she.
It is?
He. Yep.
It's a he.
Why did I assume? Well, anyhow, I know they're listening because they put Barracks Talks Rock. Sorry, didn't even Midnight Frosty.
Midnight Frosty has no gender.
Oh, yeah. Well, I assumed your gender. I do not apologize.
One of the
Maybe you probably should.
One of the other tiers I forgot
Frosty
to.
is a snow man, not a snow woman.
One of the other tiers I forgot to mention about Patreon. 3 months of consecutive payments to Patreon, DV Radio's Patreon, will get you a movie night with us and whomever else is on that tier. Who will show up to that? I.e., myself, Recoil, Google, Oink, Six, Nevermore, PTSDog. We don't know, but somebody will be there. And right before we schedule that night or that day for that movie or TV show binge, we will give you a list to choose from for those Patreons that's on that tier, and then whichever one wins out, we'll watch it. So that's another way you can interact with us.
Have some personal time with DV Radio.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. That'll be our own personal pillow talk.
Why does it have such a French-sounding name?
Patreon?
Yes, it sounds very French.
I don't know, but somebody spelled Patron in the comments earlier, and I was like, I know you meant Patreon because that's not anywhere close to Patreon, but I'll give you the link anyway. He's like, what is all this I hear about Patreon? And I just dropped the link. I didn't even want to comment. I was like, not even going to take the time to comment. Oh, shit. Oh, me. We don't have a lot to get through this show, but we have a lot of time to get through. So, we will go to break. We'll come back. I don't know if DV6 will be here or not.
No, I got a lot of work to do. Why don't I just wrap it up here? You guys are doing a hell of a job. You got everybody. Love you guys. Thank you for your support. Support DV Radio.
Anything else?
Oh, period.
God. Son of a bitch.
Good job. Good job.
Can you get me out of here? Because I fucking forgot how to get back into that to close out of it.
Do you really want me to do it?
Yeah, I gotta get work done.
All right.
You're an asshole.
I didn't do it.
That shit to do.
I didn't do it.
No, somebody else did. Whatever. Fucking, I'll find it.
Oh, man.
If I hit the wrong button, you could turn the camera on. You better hurry.
That was me. So I don't know who whistled that, but
You know, Bill, yesterday when you did that, he freaking 2 minutes later, he's saying it in his head. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like,
that's great. So we'll go to break. You'll hear the Media Litter Sandwich teaser that's airing June 4th. That's this coming Tuesday. And then we'll come back. We'll talk about some stuff because I don't have anything in the itinerary. We'll just talk about random shit. Anyway, we're going to break. You're tuned in, listening to Bears Talk right here on dvradio.net.
DV Radio. And the next episode of Media Litter Sandwich.
Wow, rave reviews for a movie about a guy talking about boring stuff. Reviewers sure like pretentious movies. Wow, this feels really meta now. You know, if you consider, talking about studios versus home recordings boring, this is now the most meta episode, or at least the meta comment I have now read on the show to my knowledge.
Are you looking for veteran resources and peer support? Objective Zero has an app for that. Download the Objective Zero app for free from the App Store or Google Play. Access wellness resources like yoga and a free year subscription to Headspace, the world's most popular meditation app. Check out veterans resources and access our nationwide network of peer support. Speak to fellow women veterans or someone in your field and branch of service. You get to choose who you want to chat with. Learn more at www.objectivezero.org. That's www.objectivezero.org.
You're listening to WDVR, only on DVRadio.net.
That's right, you are listening to WDVR.DVRadio.net. This is Barracks Talk. I don't know why my headphones is being stupid tonight. Anyway, as you heard in the break, Is it better to do a podcast from a home studio or a rented studio? Toad goes over this debate. He also goes into his love of the movie Pump Up the Volume and the criticisms from Rotten Tomatoes. Catch Media Loader Sandwich this Tuesday at 1900, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and chat along with Toad as well. That's this coming Tuesday right here on dvradio.net, WDVR. There was something else that I was going to mention, and I already forgot because I'm an idiot, because I'm dumb and stupid. You heard Objective Zero. You heard Objective Zero. You heard the Objective Zero promotion ad reel clip thing in the break. Go check them out. They're on iOS and Android devices. They're still coming up as they new out. If you don't remember, about, what was it, 2 years ago now? If Recoil was there?
Sure.
They came up on the show and we helped them get their fundraiser on, what was it, Kickstarter, I believe it was. And they were funded like that. That's how they got their start right here. Hey, DV Chief is in the chat room. What's up, brother? So go check them out. It's a one-on-one thing. Go to their website to find out more information. It is, to make sure I don't fuck this shit up, objectivezero.org. Yes, that's what I thought it was, objectivezero.org. If you want to find out anything as how things are developing and stuff like that, go to Facebook and follow them at Objective Zero App.
And we should get them back on the air to discuss that as well.
Yeah, I gotta talk to Chris and Betsy and all them. They've been really busy. They got some awards last year, if I'm not mistaken. They started working with the VA because the VA tried to make their own, and that went south quick. So hopefully we can get them on very soon.
You mean the government can't build a website or an app?
Yeah. Well,
there's all these people that are smart.
I don't know the whole, details about it, but yeah, I don't know all the full details about it. I just know that they tried to do something and then that didn't work out with them. So,
right, all the smart people get fired.
Oh my God.
I guess it could be worse.
Yeah, it can always be worse. I want to address something really quick about my room, because I know myself and Recoil have talked about this, and Oink as well. When I get this room, that doesn't mean a miracle is going to happen, and I'm going to be able to walk around. That's not what's going to happen. Yeah.
I thought it was the water treading room.
Right. For those that don't understand, when we say that I'll be able to do more, it means A, I'll have more time alone in my own space. I'll be able to focus more. B, it means I'll be able to focus more. And it just means
masturbating will be much easier.
Yeah,
or at
it
least
just
private anyway.
And also, it just means that we can actually do stuff for you guys on a separate internet and stuff like that. It being my own space, and i.e. DV radio space, we'll be able to put more equipment there and bring you
separate
stuff.
Internet, like the dark web.
Yes. Don't tell anybody. Dark Veterans Radio Internet. That's what it's going to be called. Dark Veterans Radio. Get it? DV Radio. Anyway, so just to clear things up for those that think that I'm miraculously going to be able to up and walk around.
That's not happening, bitches.
Jesus might have walked on water, but I'm sitting on water. Okay. All right. So that's how that's going to go.
Actually, sweat.
What's that?
That's actually sweat.
Actually, I am sweating. I felt something cold a while ago drip down my fucking rib cage, and I was like, "What is that?" And I thought my fan was pointing at my fucking ribs. I reach. Nope, sweat. Fucking sweat. I sweat worse than a pig. Oink ain't got shit on me. So yeah, we've got that coming up. When I find out more about the completion of the room, I'll let you guys know. He had some stuff he had to do, prior obligations, before the room was even permitted to be built. So that's why this week we had no updates except for installation. So that got installed. Installation. There we go. I have to enunciate now. Fuck me. Yeah, so that's going on. Is there anything I'm leaving out? Anybody?
Is
So,
there a helipad on this room?
oh, dude, if I had a flat roof, definitely.
For-
So that's a no.
Not at this one, but the next one, definitely.
Damn it, what kind of cripple room doesn't have a helipad?
Oh my god. The music therapy. You guys, we've talked about that a little bit. Me, Oink, and Recoil, right?
Yep.
Recoil?
What? Sorry. Sorry, I was having a cramp attack.
You're fine. I was saying we have talked about the music therapy, myself and you, and then I was asking Oink and...
Yes.
Okay, so how do you guys feel about that? What are your thoughts on us doing the music therapy block in the coming weeks as everything gets near completion?
Personally, I think it's awesome.
I can't wait for it to get kicked off, to be honest with you.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Google's laughing at. We're trying to have a serious moment.
Because of the way he said that, I can't wait. I can't wait for it to kick off. Like it almost sounded like he was like, I can't wait for me to be kicked off.
Oh, I just fall asleep, remember?
Snoring.
Next time we'll kick you off for that.
But our whole reason for it is, one, to give the listeners something else to do DV Radio wise, because we are trying to bring more content to DV Radio. My mom's coughing up a lung back here if you didn't hear that. I hope she's okay.
What the fuck, over?
I don't know. I can't turn around and see because it's in the kitchen. I just hear, yeah. She'll probably come over here and slap me in the back of the head in a minute because I'm making fun of her. But yeah, we want to bring obviously more content to everyone. Music therapy block is one of them. We don't know if it's going to be an hour or if it's going to last longer. It's all going to depend. We're going to get some guests on. Who those guests will be is going to be kept very top secret until it happens, because I don't want to get anybody excited and then it get ruined. I have talked to Recoil about a couple people. One of them we fucking love, and if we could get them, that would be great. That's all I'll say about that. Anyway, we want to bring it to you in a format, audio format first, to see how things go, how you like it. With the guests that come.
Sudden torrential downpour.
What?
I said, oh goody, a sudden torrential downpour.
Oh, the clouds just opened up and pissed on you. Gotcha.
Yeah, well, at least the fucking neighbor's kid will shut the fuck up now.
Right. So with the way that we're planning on formatting this is when we have our musical guests, I should say, come on, they'll do some covers, acoustic versions of songs, if we can have them do that, as well as we'll talk to them, ask them how music has helped them through their life, whether it was depression, PTSD, whatever it was, and why they continue to do what they do. A lot of the artists and guests that we're planning on having are either veterans themselves, help veterans in some way, shape, or form, or support military overall. So don't think that there's some liberal asshole dickweed that helped Hillary scrub her emails. And even if we did have someone on that wasn't, politically leaning your way or whatever, don't give them hassle on that. They're not there for that. It's going to be a no political show. It's all going to be dedicated to music therapy. That's it. If you don't believe music therapy is real, go look it up. It's an actual thing. It's an actual medical degree that you can get now for therapy, or not medical degree, but a medical certificate and all that. You can become a licensed medical therapist if you so choose. If you want to find out more, if you'll give me a second, should have had it ready because I'm an idiot. Go to musictherapy.org and you can find out more about that. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, email us at info@dvradio.net. If you want to partake in more, as in song requests and stuff like that, become at least a $1 Patreon member, and you'll get to do stuff like that. We are going to make a tier after it gets started dedicated to that, but no matter what, as long as you give $1, even with the music therapy tier, you still will get your song request in before other people. Just keep that in mind. Yes, Google, what was you about to say? Yeah. That's very interesting. Uh-huh. Really? Oh my god. Wow. You know what? I've done that before. I can feel your pain.
I think I was just saying you can't beat that, but I don't know.
Well, my whole idea with music therapy was to do it for free. And it is. It's completely free for anybody that wants to partake in it at all. Secondly, I want to give...
Just pay that $1.
Well, no. I'll listen to anybody's request. The ones that's going to get priority are the ones on Patreon, obviously, because they pay for it. They're given to DV Radio, and I want to put back into it. I want to do video at some point where we interview the guest. I'm not going to be on video, so you can go fuck yourselves. But we will have the guests on.
Do it.
Oh, no. No. No, I was already pissed off that day, and then that just fucking lit the fire right there. That fucking exploded big time. Big time.
Uh-oh.
I got to do something for you, Google, because Chief asked me to. Okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
We should make this a remix.
I've thought
like a
about it.
headbanger remix.
Well, there is a remix out there. I can't think of his name. The one that does everything in metal remixes. He does Leapfrog Studios. Leapfrog Studios. That's I remember that because
Leapfrog Studios.
That's all I remember every time. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Leo Marachoy. I can't say it because I have no teeth. There you go, Exterminator. You got it. If you want to know his name, it's on dvradio.net/chat. So yeah. So how was
You want me to send it to you?
Send it to me or say it?
Send it to you.
Send what to me?
The metal remix.
Well, I'm not playing it tonight.
But that's not what I was asking.
Well, I told you there is a metal remix. Why would you send me a metal remix I already know about? That would be like, hey Google, I found DV6. He's in the office. Do you want me to tell you where he's at? Like,
Oh man.
Okay,
it's okay because ScaryMommy.com has an article on it.
What?
No one asked for ScaryMommy.com has an article on this. If you haven't already lost your mind, well, here's the remix.
Yeah, I actually watched it, and the video is hilarious because he does it with his kid. It's great. It's great.
Awesome.
But, whew, let me quit crying here. How was everybody's week this week?
It was good. I don't even remember this past week, to be honest. Not because I didn't do anything. I don't know.
I'm waiting for explanation as to why you don't remember this week.
I don't know, but Six was just yelling upstairs. I'm like, what the fuck over?
Did you get hit in the head or something?
No, I mean, Six came home.
Yeah.
And then he pissed off the farm manager.
Oh, that's always what you want to do. Piss off your farm manager. The only guy that does anything on the farm. Piss him off. The guy that fixes anything that breaks. Piss him off.
Well, I mean, maybe Six was trying to get back at him because neither me nor the farm manager told Six that the one day the farm manager took the backhoe out into the woods and kind of got it stuck, and then he broke the door so it can't close properly, and then the glass broke.
You sound like a child right now. You're like, no, you're like, he got it stuck, and then he got the door closed, and then
No, you can't close the door.
But that's what it sounded like. It was like, but and then and then like, all I could think of was a 5-year-old child trying to explain their way out of a fucking.
It's so funny because that day he walked in the house, right? And he looks at me, he's like, I'm fucking going home. And I'm like, whoa, what happened? He's like yelling at me. I'm used to getting yelled at. He did text me while he was on his way home. He was like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have yelled at you. I'm like, it's fine.
Chief just yelled at me and he goes, no, and then, like, the child goes, and then.
So, but, you know, I mean, we're getting there as far as getting the horses home.
Good. Do you estimate a timeline for that, or?
June 20 or 21.
Oh, good. So that's really around the corner.
Yes.
Good thing
and
it's not.
donations will be phenomenally greatly appreciated because we need to run power out to where the barn is. And yeah, that's gonna cost a pretty penny.
So go to dvfarm.org and give a monetary donation, or you can go to smile.amazon.com, make DV Farm your charity of choice. Portion of your shopping cart goes directly to the DV Farm at no hidden fees or extra cost to you. That's smile.amazon.com, make DV Farm your charity of choice. Do it right now. Thank you, and have a nice night.
You should have that like as a recording that you can just hit.
Right.
Anytime that we mention the farm, you should just be able to push a button for the recording.
Chief wants to know. He said 17 drop chords won't work.
No, because all right. So we have a 200 amp power thingamajigger on our house, and we're maxed out. Like, we can't even run the power. We can't run power from our house to the barn.
Right.
So we need to have the power company come out and drop a pole, run a line.
Chief goes, oh. Chief goes,
get
okay.
another meter.
Chief goes, oh, okay, 20 then.
Run a meter, and then actually what we're gonna do, which is still gonna cost a fucking shit ton, is we're gonna have them drop a pole like literally 10 feet away from where the current one is, and then we'll run everything else underground that we can do ourselves, but just for them to come out and
yeah, extra phone and poles, they're expensive.
Yeah.
When I say extra phone and poles, I mean phone poles and stuff like that. That's anyway. Yeah, they're expensive.
I'm not looking forward to it, but it's gonna happen. In the meantime, we'll run power off of generators. It's summertime, so we really won't need any power in the barn.
Are they?
It's light until fucking 9 o'clock.
I know some power companies charge you up front for something like that. Are they gonna?
They do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going to charge us up front, which is what the problem is.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
I'm like, why can't I just make payments on this?
Yeah, I don't think that's right at all. I mean, they're going to get their money one way, shape, or form. I mean,
right.
If they don't, they're going to turn it off. So.
Right. I'm like, can't I just make payments? That would make my life so much easier. No, that's not happening.
Oh.
Well,
we don't have.
Right. We'll make it all work out.
For the Ethel guy that's in chat, we don't have the money for solar, so that's why we need the money for the pole.
Solar is going to cost me about 30 times more than.
Yeah.
But it's government subsidized.
Than getting a power line. Okay,
so everybody's like, but solar is so much cheaper. Yeah, after the initial price, like.
There's one down the road. Chief, I don't have the time to drive down there.
Oh, God. He said come pick it up.
Oh, man.
So, Recoil, how was your week, if you're there?
It sucked.
I'm right there with you. I am so right there with you.
God.
Oh, Lord. Well, I love you. So there's that.
We all love him.
Oink, how was your Alaskan week in the tundra?
Well, to quote Recoil, it sucked. You just ever have one of those days or couple days you get in a funk, you just want to throat punch everybody because everything and everybody pisses you off.
Do you even life, bro?
So it's not just a lower temperature.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this week was pretty much that week. It just I just wanted to fucking throat punch everybody I seen, which is kind of hard to do when you work on base because you get in trouble if you do that shit.
Yeah, I'm right
One
there
place
with
it should be acceptable.
Right? But no, it's just one of those weeks.
I got you. Chief called you a pussy.
Thanks, Chief.
Great.
Oh my god. So, what was everybody's plans for this week that didn't get going? Because I know somebody had plans and they didn't get going. Because that happens every week, right?
Depends on who you're talking about.
Anybody. Damn. Fuck.
I did get to see Six and spend a little time with him.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot about that. I bet that was a nice sore sigh.
Yeah.
Sight. I said sigh.
Well, I mean, how we've been trying to get together for like a fucking year now.
I know, right? The last time he came, he was like, I got to see the bear.
The timing just always sucks. Like it just always works out that way. Like
Well-
right when he's passing through the area is when I have like a fucking 5-alarm fire at the shop or something, you know?
Every time he's come down since December, I've had a dentist appointment. It never fails. Like the week he's here or right after he leaves, every fucking time. I'm like, dude.
Just tell the dentist that you refused going to see him when Six is there.
Well, see, we had to hurry up so the VA wouldn't change networks already. So
Oh my god.
they're
That is a
changing
good
it this
point.
month.
I was going through the mail and I got something in the mail last week, all right, about the VA referred you for care in the community under the Veterans Choice Program, right? That's fantastic. So I can go see my dentist. But the validity dates are April 15th hold on, to June 5th. I'm like, I'm so glad that this came in way back in April.
Yeah.
we're gonna have to fucking resubmit a third time because they don't contact my dentist, and if they did, my dentist will be calling me to make an appointment, and they contact me like way after the fact. I'm like,
Well, so I've got home-based health care where they come out just like a normal doctor's office visit. And
just
when they're
not
not
for your dentist.
right, well, when they're not here, they call once a month, and they're
Right.
supposed to send a letter a week ahead of time telling you what day they're going to call, what time. The last 6 months, I'm not joking, the last 6 months, it comes a day after they've called, and we've missed it. And I'm like, okay. And and they're like, we missed you. You need to give us a call. We've not talked to you in a while. I'm like, bitch, you're the one that sent it out so it would get here after the fact. Like, really?
Oh my god.
I know
love it.
I know it's not the ones that, set up the call. It's the VA system itself. But I'm just like, I told them, I'm like, half the time we don't get the letter until after the fact, and it's not their fault. I'm not blaming the ones that actually call. It's the fucking system. It's the computer system, and that's another thing.
Yep.
No VA system is connected throughout the country.
some that are within the same like network. Anything else like out of network, so to speak, they have to go in and try to get into the network. And that's a pain in the ass because my doc has done it with me sitting there. It's like forever and a day. I'm like, why can't you guys make this shit simple?
Well, what pisses me off about the reason the VA doesn't want to do it or they haven't done it is absolutely idiotic because I have yet to see a hospital that can't get records from another hospital in 5 minutes. That's not even near the fucking hospital that you're at. The VA can work the same fucking way. Hello. But it's the government, so yeah, that happens. Has anybody seen the new Blade Runner movie?
Big negative.
Did any of you see the original?
Yes.
Did you like the original?
Yes.
Well, Blade Runner 2049 I actually watched last night. It's about 3 hours long like the original, but I was not disappointed, actually. Believe it or not, I was not disappointed. I was expecting to see something that I didn't like, but Ryan Gosling actually played a pretty good fucking replicant. That was pretty good. A badass replicant Blade Runner, I should say. And then Harrison Ford is in it, so that made it all better. He's back as Rick Deckard, who is in fact a fucking replicant. I don't care what anybody says. You can argue me until the end of time, but Rick Deckard is a fucking replicant, alright? Oh my god. So are any of you watching anything on Netflix or Hulu or anything, YouTube-wise, anywhere?
Stranger Things 3 comes out like July 4th, I think, on Netflix.
It's not out yet?
No, I don't think it's out yet. They said summer of 2019. I think they set a date or a goal for July 4th, but
I actually like that
how
show.
true that is.
I actually like it. Well, for the nostalgia fact and the factor of sci-fi, I guess. It's got that.
I was on a Les Claypool kick last night on YouTube.
You were on a what?
On a Les Claypool kick.
Yeah, we shared that, and I was going to play one tonight, and then I realized that if I did, I'd have to muster up more than what I normally do, and I didn't feel like. I love Mr. Crinkle.
Yeah, I usually don't have time like for watching shit, so.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I really don't either. But this week I've said fuck everything and done it. Straight up said fuck it. There is a new show on Amazon Prime. It's called hold on a second. Fuck. Good Omens. It's got David Tennant and some other guy in it, and they play like an angel demon kind of thing, and they're supposed to deliver the spawn of Satan to this one American family in the UK. Well, it gets all fucked up, and the baby goes to the wrong family, so they're waiting on his birthday for the Hellhound to be delivered, and the Hellhound get named because that's when the apocalypse is supposed to start. And they realize the baby got switched with the wrong family, and they're like, oh shit. Because they're not wanting the world to end. It's you gotta see the show. I just started the episodes, so I'm not gonna spoil it for you. Anyway, there's that going on in my life. It's sad. It's just sad. I know. Oh, what, Chief? So ADD just kicked Bo's ass. I thought he meant like ad kick. Anyway. No, I just wanted to get off the VA fucking thing because I hate talking about the VA. Oh my god, I got a call.
Good job.
Speaking of the VA though, no joke. We still want to do the roundtable discussions with caregivers, whether you're a military spouse, civilian, a parent, what have you. Email us at info@dvradio.net. I still want to do that roundtable discussions. Just to get the word out there about what you have to go through, what you went through, the myths about caregiving, stuff like that. You can talk about the depression that comes along with it, because trust me, I know it happens. The stress, that it puts on you and your family and all that. It's probably going to be a 2-part roundtable discussions because it'll go over an hour definitely, probably a few hours. So if you are a caregiver, know of a caregiver, again, whether it's military spouse, family member, civilian, because myself and Recoil came across a few civilians that we want to try and get on there, which we've not heard back from yet, but we want to talk to you guys and just get that word out so people get a better understanding of what you have to go through on a daily basis. info@dvradio.net. You heard it right here on dvradio.net. So, yeah, there's that. Also, the job thing that I put up on Facebook, for some reason, Facebook hates me and will not message anybody or let me email you. So I have to, manually do it. And I don't think anybody has gotten any of my messages or emails. So if you're hearing this and you put in a job application for DV Radio on Facebook and not heard back from me, email me. Again, info@dvradio.net. Screenshot your resume or the fucking form and I'll get back to you. I apologize. I shouldn't have relied on Facebook for any damn thing. But I did. Assholes. I don't want to see Facebook go away because, it's a good platform for certain things. But they have literally shot themselves in the foot, and it's like they released a suicide bomber inside their fucking algorithms. That's what it's like. I'm not even joking. Okay, don't, put your 2 cents in on that. No. Nobody. It's okay. We'll just have dead silence.
Well,
No, it is
what
ridiculous.
we do best.
It really is. I mean, I don't want to pay for anything on Facebook. Number 1, it's not worth it. Number 2, you get fucked over. Number 3, you don't get what you get out of it, or what you put into it. And number 4, 9 times out of 10, it's people that shouldn't see the ad that you want to see the ad. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense. I mean, what gets me is I'm seeing all these political views or political ads being ran, and it's all from one side. It's not from any other side. And I'm up here in Alaska, but I'm getting ads for some senator in freaking Tennessee, and I'm like, what the hell is this shit? Why do I need to see some senator in Tennessee? So yeah, it's
that, but they're not supposed to be doing that.
Exactly. And when you go to report it, you just get in more trouble.
Well, what's funny is, the whole Russian collusion thing, and I'm not getting into the political side of this, but you remember they talked about the Russian collusion thing and how they made so many fake profiles on Facebook and social media, right? They just deleted and banned 3.7 billion fucking fake profiles, which is close to 2 million more than their daily user base. And in nowhere in any of their reports do they mention Russia in any of that. At all. Just wanted to put that out there on the plate. But yeah, that happened. I mentioned it last week, I think, but I just found that kind of funny in its own little special way. Because I'm special.
Special.
Yeah, about that. Anyway. Yeah. So how are you guys?
Doing good.
Yeah? You doing good?
Doing better now.
Doing better? Doing better?
Doing better, yeah.
How about you,
Don't
Ripley?
feel that certain urge to throw punch anybody at this second, so we're good.
Good. I gotta address the Memorial Day show that we done Monday. No, it's not up yet. Okay, I get it. I had a week. Trust me. It's a 3-hour show that I have to edit down without songs and make sure that it doesn't overfill your fucking file bank on your phone because you all complained about that. On top of that, I have to get it to Ron Ripley because he was on there. And if you didn't get to hear it, he talked about honorable discharge, what that's about. And we fucking cried our asses off because he made us laugh. It's not your typical sad show. There are some sad moments, but it was a fun show. We tried to keep it upbeat as much as possible. Like I said, Ron Ripley was on there. He talked about his exclusive coming to DV Radio. Yes, we're going to make it a podcast on DV Radio. after it airs here on dvradio.net, where you'll get to talk to him, myself, or whomever's in the chat room at that time when it airs. You'll get to hear the promo in the next ad break coming up. Not ad break, but break. So we look forward to having that. I've heard a few episodes already because I have to listen to these shows before I air them because that's how we work. We don't. The thing about censorship is we hate it. Where we draw the line is blatant racism, outright discriminating, and as DV6 mentioned earlier, encouraging suicide. We will not have that at all. And another thing for our shows, unless it's a company or a person out in the open, as in news media, we will not bash them by name. We won't do it. We refuse to do it. Google gets her stuff taken out of the podcast, as you've noticed. No, I'm joking. But we won't do that. So that's why I have to listen to these shows. Ron knows that. Everybody that syndicates on here knows that. So I listen to all the shows as much as possible. We just had Up in Arms 2-episode marathon Thursday, and a lot of you listened to it. Didn't see many people in the chat room. Don't know why. You could have chatted while it aired, because the chat room's always open. But there was a shit ton of listeners for once, I guess because I posted censorship. We don't play them kind of games at DV Radio, because we don't. Fuck that. We're not, Howard Stern going on Sirius XM. That dude sold out. You want to talk about a sellout? If you guys think DV Radio sold out because we went to Patreon to try and make money to run DV Radio, because a lot of it comes out of our pockets, listen to Howard Stern. That motherfucker sold out. Like, he won't even say fuck anymore on air, so.
Speaking of not calling people out by name.
Well, he's in the media, so. He's in the limelight, so.
That's
but no,
good.
You know what I mean by stuff like that. We won't, put down a
I
company.
just couldn't help.
I know, but now I have to explain because some asshole is going to fucking pigtail off of Recoil.
Bonerwood was ragging on Howard Stern.
I mean,
After you said we don't do that.
Howard Stern has had his moments. I'll give him that, but yeah, if he sold out, he sold out. I can't say I blame him. He makes a shit ton of money now. Anyway, not saying I would, but what is a sellout? What is a sellout? Tell me that. What's a sellout?
I think the original definition is when you stop doing what you do naturally and start doing what the promoters are telling you to do to make a buck.
Oink, Google.
I think that you pretty much nailed it right there in the head. I mean, you do something that it was you at one point, and then somebody wants to comment or, how would I say change you because of certain PC, political correctness bullshit,
Mm-hmm.
So you go along with it.
Google. Well, Google has fell off of her desk, and she'll be back momentarily.
She stapled her mute button.
No, I'm here.
Go ahead. I was just giving you hell.
Well, it depends on which dictionary you want to look at.
Oh, God. Fuck. Shoot me.
On that note, today's show has been brought to you by Staples.
And you'll get to hear all about that if you're a Patreon member on the 30-minute or more tier. Go and sign up now.
Well, no, it's funny because if you look at one, it gives you the literal definition of the selling of an entire stock of something. And
Oh, God. This is supposed to be your opinion about what a sellout is, not the actual definition.
I know. No, it's...
Hey, you Googled it, Bo.
It is...
Wait. I'll forget if I don't put it in now.
I would say the same thing that Recoil and Oink said. I mean, stop asking me to explain things that I think is something.
What? No, you're exactly right, and I'm right there with all three of you. I mean, for example, Gilbert Gottfried, he tweeted out something, Aflac didn't like it, and they dropped him like a hot potato.
Potato?
Yeah, fucking. And, he probably shouldn't have said it in a public forum, but at the same time, that's his opinion. And last time I checked, your opinion doesn't matter, and it shouldn't go against anything you do work-wise because he didn't bring it into his work.
Well, that was then, and this is now.
Well,
So now it's even worse.
Right. It shouldn't have happened before, and it did. It shouldn't happen now, and it's like ramped up. They're like, hold my beer. Let's see who can outdo you.
Right. So, I mean, yeah, that to me is what a sellout is. I mean, I'm right there with you guys. Anyway, so if Howard Stern's a sellout, he's a sellout. I don't know if he is. I just said that because it sounded right and it sounded good.
Well, like you said, he stopped cursing, so maybe he is a sellout.
Well, he didn't stop cursing. He stopped pushing the line, pushing the edge that comedians before him, i.e. George Carlin and Lenny Bruce and stuff like that, fought for and went to jail for. And then you got people like Howard Stern and
right.
Kevin Hart and all that say, I'm sorry that I said something 68 years ago that sounded racist because Liam Neeson was mad that his family member got, raped by someone of another color and wanted to kill him because that's human fucking instinct. God damn.
It's crazy. Crazy,
Anyway,
I tell you, crazy.
I better get off that soapbox before I dig a hole for DV radio. Holy shit. We need to go to break. On the other side of the break. Yes.
That is a good point. So, Bo, you realize that I have an odd number of articles, right? I'm trying to find them.
Shut up. We need to go to break.
I'm just letting you know.
Shut up. Shut up. We need to go to break.
Jeez Louise.
We need to go to fucking break. On the other side of the fucking break.
Okay, I'll go get a drink.
We'll have Google's junk that's in the news, and we'll end the show, I guess, after that. Fucking hell. To answer Snafu's question for the public, that does not mean that the B-roll clips will stop at the beginning and end of each podcast. That just means that certain things won't be in those clips, because I don't want to put in a whole hour of pre-show clips in a 2-hour show of a podcast. And I need material for your 30-minute podcast on Patreon. So, there's that. We're going to go to break, come back, have Junkie in the news. You're listening to Barracks right here on dvradio.net, WDVR on Bonerwood. And we got Recoil, Google, and Oink still with us.
Let's get it on. We've got some red beat for you. The music.
Let's go! You're listening to WTVR on dvradio.net. By veterans, for veterans.
Simply made for you.
All right, Ron, let's start from the top like we rehearsed, and we'll go from there.
I'm Ron Ripley. I'm Ron Ripley. I'm Ron Ripley. Ron Ripley. Ron
Wait.
Ripley. Ron Ripley.
Okay.
Ron Ripley. Ron Ripley. Ron.
Let's roll again.
Ripley.
Take 16.
The man, the myth, Ron Ripley.
Ron Ripley, honorable discharge for DV Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ron Ripley. I am the host of Honorable Discharge. Tune in each week as I interview new guests, new veterans, slutty veterans, sexy veterans, talking about their times, shooting the shit, smoking and joking, having a good time. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ron Ripley. You're going to find us at Honorable Discharge, the podcast, only on DV Radio.
DV Radio.
What's DV Radio?
DV Radio is for you, the veteran, active duty service member, caregiver, and civilian supporter of the military. DVRadio.net is the online veteran network made for and by veterans. From original shows to syndication, you can find it here on DVRadio.net. In an effort to continue our mission and make better quality shows for each and every one of you, visit our Patreon at patreon.com/DVRadio. Whether you can only pledge $1 per month or that entire $1 million inheritance your uncle left you, there's a tier with rewards waiting for you. So why not keep DV Radio running and get rewarded at the same time? Head to patreon.com/DV Radio now. That's patreon.com/DV Radio.
DV Radio.
We're back on the air.
DV Radio.
You big dummy.
And now, it's time to find out what stupid junk is in the news.
Okay, let's get started. The irony in this story is insane. The headline says it all, though. Hillary Clinton, Hillary Clinton, to give keynote speech at Cybersecurity Summit.
I have a feeling that Google stole this from me.
No, actually, I didn't. I saw it before you even posted it.
I seen it like a few days ago, and I didn't want to post it because I had a few things I wanted to say beyond what I did. But
I know, I did too. And then this morning, I was like, "Oh shit! I never dropped my stories."
Yeah,
this is great. I'm like, who thought of the fact that maybe Hillary should not be the keynote speaker?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. This security company, they have went downhill since then because every post is just a fucking joke now in their comment section.
Oh, it's great. So FireEye is the cybersecurity company based in California, announced that Clinton will give this keynote speech at its annual summit in Washington, D.C. in October. They might want to rethink that. They still have plenty of time. Their statement is, cybersecurity is not any one defender's responsibility, but a global effort, a cause championed by many for the good of all. By coming together as a community to innovate, build strategies, and share knowledge on today's threats and tomorrow's risks, we empower ourselves as defenders with the collective wisdom to protect our way of life and the technologies that have become central to it. But you're bringing on Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
I mean, she can say firsthand what not to do.
Oh, shit.
I first seen this as a Facebook ad probably a week ago. And I thought it was just some joke bullshit. And then I seen the post. And I was like, oh shit, that was real. This is happening. So I go to their website, and it's on their website as she's a keynote speaker at their event. And I'm like, no! Not FireEye. Of all the fucking security companies, FireEye chose them. And everybody loved them until Hillary came into the picture. And I shit you not, there is not one positive thing in any of their comments that I've seen since they posted that at all.
It's just funny. The irony, though. That's
like having Gabriel Iglesias come talking to Weight Watchers fucking forum. I mean, I love Fluffy, but goddamn, I don't think anybody's gonna believe him. I'm just saying.
Oh man, that's good. I wonder how much they're paying her.
Oh, that was one of the top comments in the post. They were like, I wonder how much money they paid to her, what is it, campaign, whatever they call that thing now. And I'm like, oh, dude, this is fucking gold. And the rest was, is she going to talk about hammers and bleach and stuff like that? Like,
oh my god. That's so funny.
Yeah. Well, I do know that she will tell you how to accidentally have someone have a heart attack and commit suicide. So there's that.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's crazy. All right, moving right along.
Wait. I gotta explain that joke because somebody's gonna like fucking get triggered. If you don't understand that joke, it is a proven fact that anyone that has spoke out against the Clintons has died within 5 days to 2 weeks, either of a heart attack or coincidentally committing suicide. So there's that.
Shotgun to the back of the head. I don't know how that was suicide, but goddammit, it was suicide.
Yeah.
Especially 2 shots.
2 shots, yeah, 2 shots. It wasn't 1, it was 2, motherfucker. That was a feat right there. Sorry.
Moving right along. Video game industry asks World Health Organization to reconsider after gaming disorder classified as disease.
Oh my god, I swear. I spoke to Six about this earlier. I didn't even see the news articles before that. And I was like, so the World Health Organization now classifies gaming as an addiction. And he was like, oh, great. And now it's in the news. I feel special.
The top global video game industry leaders, including a trade group that includes heavyweights such as Electronic Arts and Fortnite maker Epic Games, called on the World Health Organization to reconsider its decision to classify gaming disorder as a disease. Now, there's a difference between
obsessive
gaming, like I can sit and play a video game for 12 hours. But I'm not doing that every single day of the week. There are people, like, the fact that they're putting it as a disease is because there are people out there that can't do anything else. They're not leading a productive life because all they're doing is playing video games. It's the same thing as, like, drug addiction and alcohol addiction.
So they got a camera in my son's bedroom? Sorry.
But you know, like, these people don't go to work because they're too busy playing a video game.
Well, I think this is absolutely retarded because anything can become an addiction. Anything.
I know. But that's the reasoning behind why they've now added it as a disorder, as a disease.
No, the reason they done it is because people want more laws, but yet they don't want the government controlling their lives. Yet this is what you get.
I know, but
also,
no, there are people, you know.
Also,
I mean,
thank you to
like I said, I can play a video game for 12 hours, but I'm not doing that every single day of the week.
Well, a part of it contributes to EA and people like that doing microtransactions that are literally gambling with money, and so that played a huge factor into becoming the quote-unquote definition of an addiction because, you know, you're gambling at loot boxes and shit, which is becoming less of a thing now, and it's more of you know what you're going to get, but that contributed to it, and nobody was against it, but we didn't like it either. We were just like, yeah, whatever. And then it became a problem for kids, because kids would steal their mom and dad's credit cards and run it up sky high, little brats. And, you know, like Google said, it's intruding upon people's lives because they're idiots.
Right. But it's, I mean, God. Oh, it's just never going to end. Like you said, Bo, there's constantly stuff being added, and yeah.
Yeah. It's just like bipolar. We're all bipolar to an extent. Like, I can't stand the fact that people are like, I was diagnosed bipolar. Bitch, I'm bipolar. We're all bipolar. You can go from 0 to 60 in fucking 5.6 seconds. Trust me. Anybody can.
Well, it's like everyone has some sort of OCD.
Yep.
Everyone has something, even if it's only one thing that they do that has to be done a specific way.
Damn it, this is one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about in the second part, stereotypes and labels. But we can't do that because I fucked it up. Anyway, moving on.
Good job. Good job. Fantastic. Okay, so next story of the night. Woman poses as sheriff's deputy, releases boyfriend from jail. So this was brought to my attention after last week's show. I'm like, my God, this person is an idiot. So a woman from Arkansas now will spend time behind bars after she posed as a California sheriff's deputy to get her boyfriend out of jail. Maxine Feldstein has been sentenced to 15 years in prison after she pleaded guilty to forgery, third-degree escape, and second-degree criminal impersonation. She gave fake paperwork to Washington County Detention Center last July, so like last year. Jailers thought the paperwork was real and released her boyfriend, Nicholas Lowe. And then it took them like a year just to find her.
This goes to show that nobody
I'm
pays
sorry.
attention. This goes to show that nobody pays attention because they would have obviously realized it was fake if they just read the damn thing, probably.
I know, right? Oh my God. Lowe, according to court documents, her boyfriend, obviously, told Feldstein to pretend she was a deputy from Ventura County Sheriff's Office. And he also told her to tell Washington County officials California was having issues with overcrowding and all low-priority extraditions have been suspended. I'm like, oh my God. Officials realized 2 days later, they have been duped when a real Ventura County deputy called to pick up Lowe. It took them fucking 48 hours to realize.
My question is, as soon as you got someone coming over saying that, why wouldn't you be like, okay, let me go make sure this is a legitimate thing.
Right.
And either call that sheriff's department or county or ask whomever is, supervisor of that shift to check into it because that's huge. That's huge. I mean, overcrowding is a big thing as it is, and I know they want to move inmates around, but that's like serious, man.
It's crazy. The couple was arrested about a month later. Sorry, I said a year, but it's really a month. Lowe also pleaded guilty to third-degree escape and was sentenced to 1 year in prison, but was given credit for 167 days served. I'm like, wait a second. You were already serving a prison term. Then you escaped. You were resentenced to an extra year, but you're going to get time served.
My question is, they found out 48 hours later, and it took them a month to find them?
Yeah.
That was one dumbass fucking sheriff's department, obviously. Holy shit. They thought the paperwork was real. They didn't check into it. Took them 2 days to find out. Took them a month to fucking find them. Holy fucking Christ. Like, do they have anybody in their fucking cells at all at this point? Like, what the fuck?
Oh my, that's great. That's so fucking funny.
That is the epitome of a Barney Fife right there.
Yep, pretty much. All right, so before the break, we mentioned that there were an odd number of news stories. So who dropped it, Bo? Midnight Frosty, I think?
That's correct. Not a woman, it's a boy. It's a little boy.
Midnight Frosty dropped this one in the DB radio chat box, which I read the headline. I'm like, this is great. So fleeing suspect puts wrong fuel in getaway car, caught after tow truck call.
Oh my God.
This happened in Crooked River Ranch, Oregon.
Was that
We've all been there,
DB6?
done that, haven't we?
I was going to say, is that DB6? Because he always fucks up when he's on his road trip. He's like, I'm not supposed to get the ethanol. Oh, I got the ethanol. Like,
if you're on the run from the cops, be sure you know what kind of fuel you put in your car. Deschutes County Sheriff's Office arrested Jeremy Hotha Thomas of Shoreline, Washington, after his car became disabled when he put diesel fuel, which he stole, in his 2017 Chevy Cruze that takes gasoline, like regular, not diesel, just plain.
I feel sorry for that engine.
The incident unfolded after deputies responded to a domestic disturbance in Crooked River Ranch, where Thomas's stepfather called to report that Thomas was threatened and pointed a gun at him, according to police. The caller went inside his house and told dispatchers Thomas also fired the gun. Right.
Wow.
I'm like, that's great. Thomas, along with his girlfriend and their 3-year-old child, left the scene before authorities arrived. Multiple agencies searched the area after learning that Thomas had fled and radioed a description of his vehicle. 3 hours later, a tow truck driver responding to a dead battery call from a woman tipped off an Oregon State Trooper. I'm like, that's great. Yeah. Like, good job. Next time, put the right gas in your car.
Wow, I really do feel sorry for that vehicle, though. That's like that's like trying to put gas in a fucking diesel engine. Holy shit!
Oh, I know, right? It's crazy. It's crazy.
I've seen that happen. It's the worst thing ever.
Yes.
So, this story was sent to me by Nevermore. And it's pretty hilarious, too. Man crashes into river after attempting to give himself a blowjob while driving. This happened in Goose Creek, South Carolina.
Yeah,
Anthony
so
Sanders.
I gotta tell you, all I seen was Goose when she sent me that, and I laughed the entire time. Didn't even read the article.
Anthony Sanders, 47, reportedly told police officers he was attempting to perform oral sex on himself while driving his car when his head apparently got stuck under the steering wheel, thus losing control of his vehicle. The man, who is recently divorced and is allegedly suffering from depression, was found heavily intoxicated and admitted being under the influence of alcohol, crystal meth, and crack cocaine. I'm like, oh my God. Passerbys somehow were able to get him from the vehicle, though.
Wow.
I'm like, this is great.
I don't even know what to say.
He was immediately brought to the Trident Medical Center, where he was found to suffer from several broken ribs and deep lacerations to the back of his mouth and throat.
I don't even want to know what his dick was made out of. Fucking hell. If you got deep lacerations in your
So
throat...
he didn't bite his dick off, but
right.
somehow fucked up his mouth and throat.
Frosty goes Nevermore wins this week. Hey, you know what? We should start doing that every month.
Oh, man.
You Oink, Frosty, and Nevermore have to compete on who sends in the craziest junk in the news. And whoever has the most for that month wins. And we'll do something. I don't know what yet. We'll start it tonight. We are starting it tonight.
I like it.
You get a free gumball.
Anthony Sanders faces accusations of driving under the influence, as well as 16 different counts of reckless driving, and could face up to 15 years in jail if found guilty. So
wait,
there you go.
what's he being found guilty of?
If he's found guilty of 16 different counts of reckless driving and driving while intoxicated.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the intoxicated part.
Driving while intoxicated.
I just heard the fact that...
There you go. Don't do drugs and then try to give yourself a blowjob while you're driving.
I'm
It will turn out
impressed
badly.
with anybody that can do that without driving.
Dude, I guess what impresses me is the fact that his dick is obviously a machete, and he was able to fucking do it until he was lacerated in the back of the throat. Because that's what it sounded like. It's like Jason, like he had Jason's machete in his mouth. Like,
Oh man!
He was on so many drugs he became a shapeshifter. It turned into a sword.
it was Excalibur.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
All right, we have 2 more to go. I heard about this one and I was like, this is too insane to be true. But no, it is. Newark, that's in New Jersey, is fining motorists for giving money to panhandlers. Now, it's already illegal to panhandle but they're gonna fine the motorist because there, I guess, is a law that prohibit motorists from giving cash to panhandlers and from panhandling itself. I'm not sure how fining the motorist will prevent people from panhandling.
I don't know, but Oink's kid finds it funny as hell too.
I know, right?
The public safety director said the move is intended to improve safety and traffic flow where panhandlers tend to congregate, which I can understand that. McCarter Highway and feeder roads, including the ramp off of I-280, can become danger zones as panhandlers approach drivers on the heavily trafficked areas. About 75 people have been moved to drug rehabilitation programs and almost 50 to mental health services. See, that seems to be more effective.
Highway to the danger zone.
More than 250 summonses for panhandling, which can carry a maximum fine of $500, were issued just in the last few weeks. 90 summonses for delaying traffic were issued to people stopping for panhandlers during that time. Fines are $50 plus court costs.
See, this kind of pisses me off because somebody will comment and tell me if I'm wrong in the chat room or in the podcast one. But I know there's cities that now fine you if you house homeless people on your business property at night or inside your business or church. And I don't think that's right. Panhandling, I see it and I don't see it. There are legitimate people out there that do it in a civil way, and they're just trying to make a buck to get to the next place to perhaps better their life, whatever. But to find the driver, really?
Well, I guess this all came about because several weeks ago, before this $50 fine for giving a panhandler money, a female pedestrian panhandler was killed on McCarter Highway.
My question is, did she walk out in front of a bus or something? Because most of them are standing on the fucking median.
Well, but at this location, they're going in and out of traffic.
Well, are they going?
It's kind of stupid for you to, but if everyone stopped, then that's what they do.
Well, are you going in and out of moving traffic or going in and out of stop traffic? Because if it's stop traffic, I don't see a problem with it because that's how they do it at Winston. As soon as it starts moving, or they try to get out of the way before traffic flow goes. But
I know. Well, all the public safety director said is, we have panhandlers wading into traffic at busy exit ramps.
I think they're stretching the truth, honestly.
I see it as at busy exit ramps. That tells me that it's so busy, people are stopped.
Yeah.
Because they're either turning left or right, and either there's a light, and if you're turning left and it's just a stop sign, you can't go right away.
Yeah, so
they're just stepping into the road to get the money and then going back on the sidewalk.
And I have a lot of questions as the one that got killed. Was she at fault? Was the driver at fault? Like, there's a lot of... Say. Well, you see my concern with that. So I think there's a lot more to why they're trying to push this. And I think it's just because they're not making money off of panhandlers at the end of the day. That's me, but...
It is kind of crazy. All right, here's your feel-good story of the evening. 101-year-old World War II veteran flew 1,500 miles to commission grandson at Air Force Academy. 6 actually gave me this one when I was downstairs refilling my drink.
And it was beautiful.
Joseph Clark is among the 989 members of the U.S. Air Force Academy's class of 2019 who graduated this past week. But a unique moment with family set this week apart because his grandfather, Walter Clock, flew from Amherst, New York to commission his grandson. I think that's awesome. I mean, how many people are commissioned by their granddad? Especially their 101-year-old World War II veteran granddad.
If it was just someone from that generation, I would be honored personally.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if it's your granddad, come on.
Ruin the moment there, Google.
Joseph's father, William Clock, said, "I'm so excited for him. He's fulfilling his dream and was so excited that his grandfather, a World War II Air Force bombardier pilot, could come and commission him." Walter received a standing ovation, and everyone in the room was gifted with a memory they'll never forget, the Academy said.
And if you want some onion cutting time, go watch that video.
It is pretty sweet. So there you go. There's your feel-good story of the evening. Thanks. That's all the news I've got.
All right, since that's all the junk that's in the news that we've got, Mr. Recoil, where can people go if they don't want to be in a group on Facebook or, be in social media land at all?
If you'd like to get away from standard social media, you can go to our forum at dvbarracks.com. It's a forum created for DVs by DVs. That's dvbarracks.com. Once you get over to the dvbarracks.com, you can create yourself an account using either your Facebook login or your email. Once you have an account created, you can go to the top right-hand corner of the screen and click on your profile. You can change your picture to any picture that you want to use and change your name to any call sign that you want to use. Then you're free to use the forum in anonymity. It's all the typical DV stuff that you would expect, the regular fuckery and whatnot, and there's also my personal favorite section, which is the peer support section. That's brothers and sisters like you and me, looking out for brothers and sisters like you and me. So once again, that's dvbarracks.com. Last time, dvbarracks.com.
You heard it from Recoil. That's the DV forum at dvbarracks.com. Go get in there right now before social media closes down. That's dvbarracks.com, the DV forum by DVs for DVs. Don't forget Patreon. That's patreon.com/DV radio. Twitter, DV_DV radio. YouTube, Dysocial Veterans, DV radio. Facebook, DV radio, Dysocial Veteran. If you're new to this and you want to find our podcast, you can either go to Podbean, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. There's a shit ton of other places. I didn't work on the podcast this week, so it's coming to Spotify when I get through it. There's a shit ton of fucking work to be had there. Ask Oink and Frosty. Holy fuck. So that's coming. I don't have anything else for anybody tonight. Recoil, any last words?
As always, be safe. Keep looking out for each other, fuckers.
Google.
Try not to give yourself a blowjob after you get high and while driving. I was not talking to you, Stan. This is my last piece of advice for the listeners. Oh my god. What is wrong with you? You know what? Oh my god.
This has been DV6 in Google's Pillow Talk here on Barracks on DVRadio.net.
Six is sober and he's going to try it. He's like, alright, I'm getting in the truck now.
Oh my god. Oink yourself.
As much as you want to throat punch somebody, try not to. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to throat punch yourself with your penis.
I'm still trying to figure out how the fuck you lacerated the back of his throat with your dick. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how pointy your dick has to be for that to happen?
It's needle dick the bug fucker.
All right. Man. So for everyone here at Barracks Talk, Google Oink and Recoil, as well as DV6 who's not here, I'm Boner Wood. You just heard us here on Barracks Talk on DVRadio.net, WDVR. Until next week, Futsicles. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Asshole.
Hit us up on Facebook and Twitter.
That's all, folks. Goodbye, motherfucker!
clear.
Oh man, this is funny. I'll drop this photo in radio chat also. Did you see the other one? Oh, Oink did. No one else did yet.
Well, I was actually trying to run a show over here. Fucking you and Recoil over there dropping videos and shit. And I'm like, I can't do anything with any of this. Why?